Welcome to Red Bandana Gaming, the channel where Logan will show you everything. From gameplay to gear, their crew is here to take you on a journey through every atmosphere. Releases to news, you don't have to choose. Red Bandana Gaming is here for you.
Hey everybody, Logan here, and today I decided to do something that I guess you could say a subscriber, someone commented on a video, I can't exactly remember which one, but they asked me about my Switch games and what was my most expensive one, and I couldn't think of it at the moment. So I use an app on my Android called, and it's on iPhone, it's called GameEye. So I use it to catalog all my games. So I hadn't finished cataloging all of them, so the other night I just decided to go through and just catalog pretty much everything else in my collection. And I decided, hey, you know what? That's a good idea for a video. So I decided to, as you can see from the title, top 5 games, most expensive games in my collection. But there's a little caveat. I decided not to do any collector's editions or big box ones because they already come with a much higher price. These are just regular games that you would buy, no fancy edition, nothing like that, just game in case, or some of them have booklet too. So I decided, alright, going by GameEye, because if you use GameEye, they actually use VG charts to track their games, depending on how complete it is, whether it's loose, box, manual, or individual. So with that being said, I decided to look up my top 5 most expensive just regular games. So you're going to see me referencing the phone. I decided to do that just to know, let you guys know I'm actually using the app in real time. There are a number of other apps out there, but this is the one I liked. I tried a few, and I think this is the one that I like the best. I like the way it's organized. And lo and behold, apparently somebody I know knows the guy who made it, and he lives not too far from where I used to live. Go figure. So, with that being said, we're going to start out with number 5. Number 5 on the list. Oh, I think maybe you can say, no, you kind of can't see me, you can see this stacked up here. But number 5 on the list is Grandia HD. Now, this was a limited run release, so limited run games can be a bit more expensive. This one wasn't released through Best Buy or anything. This was a straight limited run. Now, you can get the just Grandia 1 and 2 on the Switch. I want to say it's $34.99 or $39.99. For the 2 digitally. This one cost, I think I paid $50 for it. I want to say I paid $50. So the game now sits at open because GameEye will actually let you put whether it's sealed, well, new or complete box. Complete in box, this one is, according to the app, $130. Wow. I have a few expensive limited run games, but apparently this is my most expensive. So how about that? If you have this, you have a gem in your collection. And some people are like, oh, that's not fair, it's limited run. Well, anybody can just log on to limited run and say, oh, I want to get that game, but you have to keep an eye on it. I do. I really enjoy buying from limited run, and I just keep my eye, see if there's anything I want. Just like the next game. The next game's from limited run, but it's not a limited run title. So, next one is for the PS5. Terminator Salvation. No, sorry, Terminator Resistance. I always get those two mixed up because the other one is the movie. But I bought this because I was never able to get my hands on it on PS4 or Xbox One. And then I kept wanting to get it, and I couldn't find it anywhere, and then lo and behold, it's shot up in value. So this one, well, it did the same thing. Limited Run was a distributor for it. It's not done by Limited Run. It just says Taeon and Reef Entertainment. It doesn't say anything about Limited Run. Doesn't even say anything about Limited Run on the back. So they were just distributing it. It was supposed to be released through Best Buy as well. From my understanding, it hasn't been. So maybe that'll affect the price once it finally does. But who knows? I didn't want to take the risk. I think I paid $49 for this, I think is what it was. $49, $39? $49, I want to say. Now, this sucker, $136. I did not see that coming. When I bought it and scanned it in to the app, it said it was $50. And I was like, okay, cool. And then nothing. I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden, I think it was like 2 or 3 days ago, it just appeared. And I went, holy crap. So if you're one of those people that likes gems, that likes hidden gems, likes rare games, go to Limited Run. You can get some really good stuff. And yeah, this is open because I installed it and I'm going to play this game. I know it's worth a good bit, but hey, there you go. And that's another thing about this app. It updates in real time. I'm not advertising for the app or anything. I'm just making it so it's easier for you guys to see how I track and how I get these prices. So the next one is actually a game that I've had for quite some time. I got it when it came out, and then I had originally traded in the 2 games that were on here, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to buy this double pack, because Game Boy Advance was notorious for double packs, but apparently this one's a highly sought after one, and that's the Castlevania double pack. Castlevania double pack has Harmony of Dissonance and Aria of Sorrow. Aria of Sorrow is my favorite Castlevania game of all time. So with that being said, I decided to get it because I was like, I think it was 2008 or 9, something like that. Let's see if the box says it in the back. No, unfortunately the box doesn't, but it's 2008, 2009, something like that. And I was like, I was in a local GameStop. I think I was working for GameStop still. No, I was working for Best Buy. I don't know. Whatever. But I went to a GameStop and I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick this up. I want to play it again. I had gotten a new Game Boy Advance SP at the time. The one with the brighter screen. So I was doing a Game Boy run and I was like, all right. So I decided to pick this up. And I've just had it ever since because it has, some of my favorite games. And I started light collecting back then, where there were certain games I just didn't get rid of. And this happened to be one of them. And according to GameEye, Castlevania Double Pack, $143. This one I've been paying attention to over the last year or so, and it's gone up from $80 to $143. And if you have this, just know you've got a gem. You've got a tough, sought-after gem. And there you go. I know there's a lot of other games out there that are 4, 5, 6,000. I don't have too many of those. I don't have any of those. I just have stuff that I enjoy, games that I liked over the years, and I still have them. And unfortunately, none of them were really stupid expensive. Next one is from one of my favorite series. I even did a retrospective in the early days of the channel for the series, and the series has 3 parts. It's the second part, and the second part is Parasite Eve 2. Parasite Eve started out as a RPG. It was somewhat turn-based shooter. It played a lot like a game called Vagrant Story. I've probably never heard of that one either. But it has a grid-based system. This one diverged from that quite a bit. This one takes the RPG elements but puts it into a Resident Evil style game. So this one was a lot different. This one I have a crazy story with. I never beat it. Why? Because of I would call it a glitch. It's the Dis 2 glitch that I haven't heard anybody else say it, but I was one of those. I also had the same issue with, was Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden 2? I think it was Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox. But there was a save point at the very beginning of Dis 2. I saved there, and I had I think I was running low on ammo. and then there's this mutated camel dog looking thing that would, as soon as I would boot up the game, take a step forward, it would run off and knock me off of a ledge. And I was right in front of that ledge when you would start and boot up, and there was no way for me to get around it. Even shooting it, I was bop, 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 and I didn't have enough ammo. I only had a pistol, and I couldn't get past it. Could not get past it, because every time I would just take a step, boom, knock me off the edge, knock me off the edge. There's really nothing I can do, even with, healing myself. It just, so unfortunately, I never went back to finish it. And that made me really sad. And I remember when I got this, I think this came out in September of 2000. My mom took me to Target and I got it for my birthday, which was in October, but she got this for me when it came out. It was an early birthday present, but it was at the end of September, and I was beyond happy, and I still have my original copy. So for our my number one most expensive game, again, not a collector's edition, because I do have a couple of collector's editions. I'll go over some of those before we hit number one. Streets of Rage 4 Collector's Edition, the one with the big statue. I did an unboxing for that. That's sitting at $149. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy Premium Edition, that's sitting at $140. That's the big box version from Limited Run. Halo Reach Legendary Edition, the one with the statue, that's sitting at $134. Monster Hunter Rise Collector's Edition, the one with the amiibo, sitting at $134. Halo 3 Legendary Edition, the one with the helmet, sitting at $132, and so on. But according to GameEye, my most expensive game is for the Sega Genesis, and that is Bajoom! Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Hypertoad Heist, which is the Pooey version of Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time is not a cheap game either. That I have too. But this one was like the little brother. They tried to make it, but the Genesis can't handle. Nintendo does what Genesis can't? I guess, no? Genesis does. Okay. I never had a Genesis growing up. I was always a Super Nintendo kid. I was always... The only Sega anything I had was the Game Gear. And then later the Dreamcast. But always Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, so on. So I always wanted to play this. Saw it in comic book ads. Never got to play it. About a year or so ago, before the world nonsense happened, I bought this at a store called CD Trader, who's now GameSage guy. GameSage, which has moved up to Lakeland? Lakeland. Think so. He hasn't opened it yet, but he is. But I bought this from him. I saw him post it on social media. I think it was $69. The game is complete. And I was like, man, that's expensive, but I want it. And I went up, I snatched it up, went there same day, got it. Now the game sits at $176. I don't get it. I get it. I get why games go up in value and stuff like that, but we've seen such a significant surge in retro game prices. I've seen a lot lately about people saying, what should I invest in? What should I put my money in? Especially with our economy going to crap, and just the way the country's headed. It's pretty pooey. So people are worried about losing the value of the money and inflation. And I know this kind of went off topic, but stick with me. If you have a game collection, you've got a solid investment. Because yes, games can go up and down just like the stock market. They can go fluctuate in price, but you know what? You got a hard asset right here. This will always... a game like this will always maintain value. This game and rare stuff like this will never crash to zero. Especially with everything going digital and re-releases, and all the crazy stuff going around with like the PlayStation 3, PlayStation Vita, and all the stores shutting down, and how we had the problem with the Wii Shop and not being able to recover any of those games. Yeah, man. There you go. That's a big reason. Yeah, that these games are... So you could see a game in your collection that you're sitting on that you might have picked up for $20 and went, oh, that's cool. Next thing you know, it's $100. So your games can be a hard asset. You know, some people don't see it that way. They see them as toys. They see them as, grow up, but these are solid things to collect. Not just for personal enjoyment. I do it because I love these games. I do it because they remind me of simpler times. I do it because not just the nostalgia factor, but for the... Like, there are people that collect books. I also collect comic books, and I have for a while. But games can sit on a shelf, and you can see them, and you can go, man, you can reminisce. You can still go, man, okay, I want to play this game, pull it off the shelf, and pop it in whatever console it's for, and just enjoy. Sit back on the couch and just enjoy. It's, makes for a good time. So, yeah, you have the monetary aspect, but you also have the enjoyment aspect. So there you go. I went off on a little tangent there at the end, but it's the big reason I thought about making this video, and not just for myself, but to show you guys that you might be sitting on something that you may not know might be pretty valuable, and you might have a collection that you might think is just junk, or take a look, see what you got, and you never know. And yeah, hey, and if something ever happens, I've seen people where, life hits the bricks and things just get rough, they sell off their game collection and then they're okay for a couple of years. Yeah, so you never know. But there you go. There's my top 5 games. Sorry for the tangent there on the end, but they're my top 5 most valuable non-collector's edition games that I've just had over the years, or buy here and there. Just went, ooh, look at that, and I just collect them. They all have some kind of place in my heart. Well, most of them. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. That really helps. Again, hit that subscribe button. That's what really helps. And remember, head on over to redbandanagaming.com. Follow us on our socials. And like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.